Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary. 'Cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
To anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
the world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee, dee-dee, a fweet-dee-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
Welcome. I'm proudly using this camera. Hello, everyone. Welcome back after a 1-week break. We have ended our previous chapter and we are starting a brand new one. Let's go ahead and get May on here for a brief chat. Hello, May.
Hello.
Did you use your week productively?
I was busy working, so yes.
Yeah, totally. I was busy not forcing myself to do it in the off week and wear myself totally out. So I guess that counts. Normally here we're stalling a bit for people to log on and we do the meddling menu and all kinds of business. But tonight's session, we will not be using the meddling menu. So forget the menu. We are not using it at all tonight. So we don't have to discuss that. So I'm going to take a real quick look at this wonderful tabletop tease slide.
Ooh,
Those teas are humdingers, one and all. So, what do you want to talk about? Batman? I actually liked it.
Haven't seen it yet. Heard good things. I'm more excited about the new Catwoman than I am about Robert Pattinson, but whatever.
She was great. I was not expecting to like it. I did.
I was reluctant when I first heard the casting, and then I thought about it and went, he's emo enough to be grumpy Batman.
Yeah, and it's easy to overlook in the face of some of the shit he's been forced to do.
Well, no, because if you've seen The Lighthouse,
well, that's what I was saying. Is
I can't unsee that.
He's actually really good. But
yeah, that's why I was like, well, he did do The Lighthouse, and that scarred me for life. So
yeah, but I don't think that was him being a bad actor.
No, I don't mean the bad acting. I mean the movie itself scarred me for life.
Oh my
I didn't
God,
think it was terrible. I just thought the acting in it was insane. Like,
you're not wrong.
Psycho.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do this. Because we chatted for a little while, good to catch up. I do have a little bit of a treat for the people who've showed up so far, or people watching it on Rewind. We have a new opening theme for the show. So, Bree, go ahead and roll that sucker, will you?
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Every day is a struggle in this savage world we love. With your package, your back, you make the attack. No time for fear, no time for love. Move fast, hit hard, and pray for a creed. Fight for your life, or there will be pink mist on the moon. Pink mist on the moon.
Oh my God.
I'm done.
I sent some lyrics to my friend Rebecca, and she is a super talented genius person. And the only guidance I gave was I was look for something between a Bond theme and like a mid 80s anime opening.
I love it so much. It's so funny.
Yep. Nailed it.
I was cracking up the whole time.
Good. So that is our new theme. I think it captures what it is to be living on the moon. So tonight we're going to do something a little different. And I've surprised the players with this a little bit. We're actually going to do a session 0, which means your characters are not yet fully first level. So don't worry about your sheets. If a skill roll is needed, I know what your sheets look like because I seed them. You just roll a d20, give me the result, and I'll figure in what's needed based on that. So because you're not actually your classes yet, you'll have no like class features or anything like that yet.
Got it.
So this is just flat out role playing.
We a bunch of nobodies.
As we begin, you are 12 years old. You will be older next session, but for this session 0, you're 12. A couple of quick things for you, but mostly for people watching, because I sent you the cheat sheet so you could know. You are in the land known as Darmus. Darmus is also an empire. I'm not going to read this because you know what? I'm kind of verbose. In essence, Darmus is an empire. It's been since the departure of the old gods. They have expanded and they've been taking things over. So it's multicultural in a sense. They worship their own pantheon of void spirits. So their pantheon is all those mad gods, which is a little Hawkmoon, if you've read any of those. It is very much a Greco-Roman influenced society. It's very strictly caste/classist. Those that are marked are basically the citizens. They've served the empire in some definable way. They've been rewarded with a sickle, moon, and star tattoo. It shows that they are favored by the emperor. It gives them all kinds of perks, like They're not subject to low justice. They're not questioned where they go. They can carry weapons without being arrested, things like that. Most people are just called the unmarked. They don't have a mark, they're just people. Then there are the stained. The stained are those that have somehow offended the system. They are marked with an acidic berry juice that causes a permanent thing that looks a lot like a birthmark. And it's always like a splash on the face. It's very Phantom of the Opera-esque. And the stained are expected to drop to their knees and lower their gaze in front of the marked. Although depending on the when that happens, there are more casual situations where that doesn't happen, but they're allowed to be dicks and insist on it. Also, the stained are they're not quite unclean, but close. So for anything that's a trusted job, like a guard or whatever, you can't hire stained because they're considered inherently untrustworthy. Most Imperials are human. They're fond of satyr scouts and minotaur soldiers. They have tried to wipe out the Centaur and Leonin cultures. However, those two cultures have proven the most resilient. So those two cultures, very few are stained because those that offend the Empire are just killed because they are effectively rebel cells within the Empire. I liked Tanya trying to look at her own face, like, wait a minute, I'm Leonin. So this is the stuff you don't know. We are starting in the outland town of Kavarid. And Ka just means town, so it can also just be called Varid. And it looks kind of like this.
Oh, write that. Covered. Writing notes. All right. East
Home to an unusually large. It's home to an unusually large arena for the area. Owners bring their own stables of gladiators to the Blood Dance Fight School, where they may hone their deadly art on the sands. Most of the village exists to serve the school, its students, and their masters. Both the ale hall and feast hall have a common level, and a second floor where the marked can enjoy a more exclusive experience. There's also a third floor in each where masters can reserve large party rooms, big, opulent, let's all get drunk and have sex kind of rooms. Varid is run by the Overseer, a retired gladiator known as the Bull. The Bull is a supporter of gladiatorial combat and seems willing to go to great lengths to attract the best to fight in his arena. So, to begin, we have three characters. The thing that is going to tie you together and think like not even tween books, like young adult. So I'm thinking like, what was the book with the trunch ball?
Not Matilda.
Something like, yeah, Matilda was the girls on the line. No, maybe it wasn't.
It was, wasn't it?
Wasn't it Matilda?
Maybe it was Matilda.
It was Matilda.
The thing that will bind you all together is something called Sturga. Sturga is a honey nut sweetbread that resembles rolled pita. So it's actually cooked in one of the cylindrical ovens where you throw the bread against the wall of the oven, then you peel it off, they curl it up, it has nuts in it, then it's dipped in the honey. So it's like a honey roll. I'm going to have to do a recipe and make these.
Yes, please.
And with a light dusting of cinnamon. So what I'm going to need, and you can do this in any order you like, the thing that unites you is you all have an almost unwholesome lust for these things. These are, reminder, of course, 12-year-old girls, so not that kind of lust. These are your, what's that terrible fucking Turkish delight, right? Except these are actually delicious. Turkish delight served a purpose in that story.
They sound more like baklava, like a spongy baklava.
It's between baklava and what's the other dessert that's like the super layered?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of between those two.
I don't know, but I'm hungry now, Mike.
No.
So what I'm going to want to know is a little bit from your character's point of view about what Sturga means to you, The other thing is the three of your characters, from what I know about your backgrounds already, you don't get much of this. So what this is going to build to, and when you do your like confessional about the wonderful world of Sturga, you are going to be doing effectively Honey Heist. So the three of you 12-year-old girls are going to decide we're going to get some of that delicious rolled up nut bread. And you're going to do a heist to do it. So before we do the heist, I want you to wax rhapsodic in character about the wonderful bread. Who is first?
I'll go first. I'll make something up on the fly.
You have the digital stage.
I love Sturga. I don't get to have it often, but my mom once a long time ago was able to afford a little bit, and she gave it to all the kids. And I haven't really seen my siblings or my mom a lot lately. But there's gonna be a bunch of Sturga in town, and I got nothing better to do. So I'm thinking me and the girls, it's a big treat day.
Let's shift over to Cinna.
Y'all, I love Sturga. You don't exactly get to have things that are warm and buttery and soft and melty and delicious when you live on the streets. Most of the time, you just get not so great things. Oh, it tastes like magic. I don't know what that is exactly, but it's that. Maybe it's the brown stuff they put on top that's so good. Also, if we take it, it's really going to make that utter bunghole that runs the Sturga shop really bad. I'm so excited.
All right, and let's go over to Mikla.
I'm just going to say that this reminds me of something that I was never allowed to have by my mother's people. And out of spite, I must have it because it smells delicious.
I'm getting such strong Ravenclaw vibes off of Mikla.
Yes.
All right, so where we're going to start this, and I don't want to go into your backgrounds yet. After this next bit, we're going to do some flashbacks and explore the backgrounds a little bit. But for now, assume you do not know each other except by seeing each other occasionally on the streets. But these three characters are literally across the street. So I'm picturing very much a Spielberg shot of a store window. And it's the day when the old Thag, who is the baker, puts out the tray to sell to the passersby. This is the nasty old bastard that Cinna was referring to. He is a villain character from a YA novel, for sure. And you look left, you look right, and you realize all three of you are staring at the Sturga for different reasons, obviously, but you're all fixated on the same thing.
Am I the tallest one right now?
Oh, I'm the shortest by far. It ain't me.
I haven't had my growth spurt yet.
Neither have I. I'm probably the one that looks like an adult until you take off her hood.
So, y'all gonna get in on that?
Yes.
Stop talking in the street. Get back here.
Oh, right. Random cat.
Yeah, running off with strangers have never turned out badly for me. Why not?
Okay, fine. Hi, I'm Thonda. This is my alley. Come in here so we can talk because I see you looking.
Okay.
I know we're all looking at the same thing.
My alley's like 4 down.
Oh, that's your alley? It's a nice alley.
So you're probably talking about...
Mike reminding us that this town has no alleys.
No, the thing that I thought was funny is probably accurate. I think there's only one alley on the entire map. Because if you look below Master's Estate, there are 2 blocks, and there's only one alley that has a through, like an in and an out. Everything else is a cul-de-sac.
Okay.
So
Sorry,
you're probably
this is
talking
my
about,
cul-de-sac.
no, I think you're probably talking about the same alley
Oh.
You
because there's only one.
you guys have alleys?
I mean,
We have a alley.
I don't know. It's narrow.
I'm
There's
wondering.
trash and some boxes.
Let's
I-
go to
The
your place
boxes are real
and
primo.
let's discuss. I don't know what we're discussing, but we're going to discuss something. Hi, I'm Cinna. Nice
Hi.
to meet you.
I've seen you around, Senna. And the tall one?
Hi, I'm Mikla.
Hi, Mikla.
Do I
No,
need to,
I
like,
saw y'all.
grovel?
Y'all were eyeing
you, or
old
am I
Shaggy's
good?
shop.
Okay.
Don't think I didn't see that.
All right.
Okay.
Y'all want some Sturga?
Hell, oh, I mean, heck yes, I do.
Okay.
You know what would be really great?
If we stole the whole tray?
All of it, and then we put something really, really smelly in it.
Oh, I can get that. I can get that.
Uh,
From the alley. From the alley.
Oh, okay. All right.
Are you into the Sturgas?
I mean, yes, it reminds me of something, so I want it.
Does it remind you of Sturga? It's real tasty.
I'm just learning your people's snacks and all that stuff. But it smells similar to what I was used to back home. Yes.
My people's snacks mostly have to do with dried fish, but that is beside the point.
I mean, we have sweetened breads. I just never was allowed a lot of it.
Oh,
Well, then,
I just never
Finish
could
that
afford
today.
a lot of it.
and let's fuck with that old. Oh, pardon me.
Yeah,
Let's-
that guy's such a dick.
Yeah. He smells. Okay, his bread smells great, but he smells like BO and Poots. So let's go and let's get it.
Okay,
Well,
we need a plan.
Is there a plan to steal?
No,
Nope.
no.
We should make one
no,
right
no
now.
plan.
Okay.
I'm going to cut away here for the plan. I'm going to go back to Cinna. I would like, for reasons, for you to recount a story of an encounter with a cat from your childhood.
Kitty cat?
Yep.
Kitty cat.
Something that could potentially inform some of the ways you react to Thonda.
So this one time, wait. So this
Look at
one
me.
time, I was groveling and I was getting real low in the dirt, hiding my face, begging for apologies because everything to these dickwads. And then, as they were walking away, they stepped in some cat vomit. It was the best day of my life. I laughed so hard. Their beautiful sandals got so gross. I fed that cat.
Like the vomit of vengeance.
Yes, it is
Uh,
karmic vomit.
That's a thing.
It's my specialty.
So, Mikla, I would like to hear about a time when you were denied something that kids around you were allowed, and you would never admit it to anybody, but you kind of wished you could do it too.
Okay, so one time before I ran away from my terrible mother, and I was totally not like the other children. It's not my fault that my mother had proclivities for human men, and everyone got special elven treats, and I couldn't have it because I was a dirty half breed. So now, out of spite, I will take whatever I deem is worthy of my presence. Thank you.
Do you ever watch Ryan George? He's a YouTuber. It makes me think of like, oh, very racist treats. I would love to be able to deliver it in his voice. Fonda, I'd like to hear about the time you were taken on an actual hunt and your reaction to being asked to try raw meat. Not fish, not anything prepared, like take a thing down and take a big bite.
Wait. we were really just weaned, me and my siblings. And my mom said that she didn't really have time to keep feeding us and looking after us. So she was going to take us out into the edges of town and teach us how to find food for ourselves. And here's the thing, she thinks that rat is just fine. Just fine. The way it is. Just caught. Natural. I'm not a fan. I'm not going to lie. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to play with it a bit. Give me a big roach too. Play with that. But I don't really want to eat them like that. I kind of like things with a little, spice on them, a little, extra flavor, not just whatever's happening when they're just squishing bones.
So I think we get like a brief cutaway of little tiny kitten Thonda with a little blood in her mouth, looking really miserable. All right, so we're back to the plan. I think where you're talking about going is it would be to the. You wouldn't want to go there. So you go below the block of buildings, right below the boatyards.
Boatyards.
Those will be shops and so forth.
Okay.
And
Right.
you do know, because you've all spent time here, the baker's name is Old Thage. He has a wife named Ova. Ova is very bitter, seems to have no love at all for her husband. They fight a lot. They have two bully boy kids, Aruk and Maduk. Aruk and Maduk are, I think Lauren said the phrase is chonkers. They're chonky boys. And that isn't just physical, like they are chonky through and through, these guys. And I think there's the possibility that they may have bullied, like if they were going to bully any of you, it probably wouldn't be Mikla, right? So maybe Cinna because of the class thing.
I feel like tail pulling is probably a thing amongst humans where Leonin are concerned.
Yeah, if you're young enough. Yeah. So we'll say that both Thonda and Cinna, they're kind of like going back to like A Christmas Story, the whole Peter and the Wolf, like the neighborhood bully. Like they're the two slightly older kids that have been just miserable. So when you're talking about your plan, bear in mind when the tray is out, Thage sits there and watches it, right? It's the time it is the most guarded. You know that all of those people live in and around the bakery, and you know that the two kids are always around somewhere. If it's a particularly large tray he brings out, one of the kids is there to help with the commerce part of it. This is expensive enough treats that generally only the marked buy them. It's the kind of thing that, like you've been kind of saying, the lower castes really can't afford, or eat, and then we're going back into the chocolate factory, Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka.
Where-
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, so like every year, like maybe on a special day, you have one. So we go back to the three of you kind of looking across the street at where the shop is, and you may plan.
All right.
What are those two little chonk boys that are always running around causing distress?
Oh, yes.
They're probably inside. I was thinking maybe we do like a bait and switch, right? Like somebody goes and steals something else, like a loaf of bread, gets their attention, causes a ruckus, while the other two grab the tray. Too simple.
Okay. I am
Too
good
complicated.
at being hated by everybody. I can go and take the bread. They'll chase me for sure.
So just so you know, before this plan goes into action, I didn't have time to make the graphic, but a big first attempt would come up. The implication there, of course,
First attempt.
I'm not expecting this to stick the landing on the first try. So what was the plan there? Who's doing the distraction?
So
We're working it out.
Cinna's going to distract, and the two sneaky girls are going to try to take the tray, or everything on the tray, whatever.
Cinna, what is the distraction?
You're muted, Cinna.
Oh, muted. Sorry. I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna go up to the bakery window, and I'm just gonna be trying to look as filthy and itchy as possible and act like I'm just scratching something. I'm just gonna be trying to scratch over like
So
some
Lex, to me,
buttons.
this is like an 80s crime thing where we hear you describing the action, but we'd see you doing it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So go ahead. So we see you walking up with a scratch in the head and continue to
Oh.
describe.
Oh, I'm just gonna be itching over the bread and trying to really get his attention. If he can really look at me and be irate because I'm looking all filthy and itchy and like I might have the fleas, which I might.
Make a deception at advantage. Now I have your numbers, so just roll the 2 dice. Give me the higher. You get advantage here because it's completely possible.
So I rolled really badly. Is there any way I can use Inspire when I have advantage?
Not on first attempt. So Mikla and Thonda are watching. She does. Again, she's 12, so she does kind of the mistake of overplaying it. And like an adult, it's like really obvious in the way 12-year-old kids that think they're canny are often like really, really not. So he shields the treats and snaps his fingers. The 2 bully boys come out from the building and we do a wipe away. The following day, Cinna is back across the street with the 2 of you who never got to come out because they immediately. We're not going to describe the lesser beatdown given to an underage character. Let's just say that it's covered by kind of the comics code, like a little bit of like boom, 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 but it was clearly they were hostile to you. You've come back probably with a bruiser, like a comical bruise or 2. And maybe an attitude
One of
about
them big old like throbby lumps.
Right.
it. Throbby Loves. That's a great
Little
band.
Tweety birds.
Yeah.
And talk comes to that didn't work great. What can we try now?
How about this? I can attempt to purchase
With
one
what?
of their sweetbreads. And while he's arguing with me, probably wondering how I'm able to afford a sweetbread, I can cause a ruckus and act holier than thou. I've seen these people do it. They remind me of my mother. It's not hard.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, DM, I would like to steal 2 coins from some passerby.
Okay. Go ahead and give me do you hit well, you would have. So go ahead and roll a roll for me. Roll a D20.
Lols, 19.
Successful. So you literally cut a purse. You have some coin.
Yay.
And to the screen it says second attempt.
Second attempts.
All right.
So
My tall self will strut over
okay.
to the window.
You need food?
I would like to purchase your sweetbread.
Could be a deception roll.
$18.
Okay, if you'd failed that, I was going to make you say it again as I am an actual adult. I'd like to purchase these food.
I'm an adult and not 3 kids in a trench coat.
But Mikla is canny and knows to avoid the announcement of being an adult, so that goes well. You have money here. Yeah.
Hold on.
3.
You can count money from here.
Okay, so now do one more deception to get his attention away.
Okay, hold on.
You got this.
We'll see.
Good or bad?
It's good. I rolled a 20.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Cinna and Thonda. Project Karen is working well. She's come up. She's beginning to argue price. She's beginning to be like a pain in the ass customer, and he's falling.
I would like to speak to your manager about the price of your sweetbreads. They look minuscule in size.
So
Ow.
what do the 2 of you do?
I want to be like very like slinking up along the side of the building, like trying to very stealthily come along the side to grab some off the tree.
Are you both going to do that?
I think we should come from different angles.
Yeah,
though.
I'll come from the other side. We'll try to like hopefully
And
one
run,
will get
and
some
run.
bread.
Both of you roll a d20. That's going to be a stealth for both of you.
Maybe I could have been this one to do that.
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a
good?
7.
So, to my mind, this is one boy coming up behind each of you, and we'd see the shadow of them rise up as you're closing in, and then we do a. I'm going to make this one a star wipe. We'd star wipe away. Something being that Mikla got away but couldn't get any bread, but that the two of you were taken off for the comical yet not depressing child abusive beating. The next day, you're across the street looking, and you can actually smell the cooking. Like there's a fresh batch about to come out of the oven, and it's almost like that cartoon of the hypnotic flavor smoke.
I can smell that brown dust that I want so badly.
Y'all, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry today.
Okay. You two are not the best at sneaking.
No.
No, usually I'm really good. I think I just got overexcited.
How about you two distract, and I will try and steal the entire tray of the sweetbread.
Okay.
Okay.
I have an
Double
idea.
distraction. Yep.
His wife is also like horrible. Let's get them to fight each other.
What about?
I don't know. What
Tell
adults fight about?
the
Oh.
fat one that the other fat one that you said that you could get bread because she felt sorry for you, and then he will yell for her, and then they will argue.
This sounds very much like Cinna is going to get a comical throbbing lump again. I am not the most intelligent, but I feel like this is going to end poorly for Cinna. Okay.
You have a better plan?
You know what? It's so crazy it might work.
Or you marked one, bruised one, stained one. How about you walk up and say that his wife felt bad and promised one, and then Thonda will say, no, I was promised one, and then you start a street fight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I will sneak up and attempt to steal the tray while he's watching you two fight
All right.
Okay.
like feral children.
So
Don't claw me.
What do you mean
though. I'm
like
kind of bruised.
feral children?
I need a deception roll from Cinna and from Thonda. So just roll a d20 and give me the result.
17. Oh no.
Okay. Tanya, you're allowed to react normally. Lex, can you do this fight like a 12-year-old who is acting?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. yeah.
Acting.
So
All right.
go ahead and start the fight.
Mr. Baker, sir, your wife said that I could have some bread because I'm so hungry.
Hey, Thag, Mrs. Thag said I could have the bread because I'm precious. Not
No,
The cat.
I got promised first. Back off, it's my bread.
no, it's my bread. I'm
It's
going
my
to
bread.
pull your tail. And
Mikla,
your ears are stupid.
the
At least I have ears.
the baker is just watching this. He's not reacting. He doesn't feel the need to intercede. He's just watching it like it was a sitcom.
I would like to sneak stealthily up under the window, please.
Give me a stealth roll. So just roll a die for me. And that's what we see for the first time, the shadow of Ova.
That was a 20, my good sir.
Oh, I thought that look was, oh my God, a 2.
No, it's just funny.
You make it right
I
up
gotta
to-
start rolling actually on D&D Beyond.
That's what I've been using.
You sneak up, and he's distracted enough that he's at least watching them. So go ahead and make another. It's basically a sleight of hand. So roll another d20. You've not been spotted.
You can't beat me. I'm big.
That was a 17.
You're muted.
10 minutes later, you are gathered at the agreed upon meeting place. And Mikla, you can present, you're probably concealed in your robe. It's only
Is this what you were wanting? Wait, wrong. This. Ignore the Slytherin. I forgot that was it. I flipped it inside out.
Do I want a snake? No.
No, this.
So she has a full loaf, which is more than enough to split for the three of you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want some of your armpit loaf, please.
Look, look, have coin, I have wares. Donna should be the Khajiit. All right, here. And she just starts like, are we at this age allowed to possibly have some type of dagger, weapon, something?
I think at this age, what you would have is like a cooking tool or something.
I
you
have
stuff
a
in your mouth.
slingshot. Can I have a slingshot?
Slingshot would make sense.
I would like a stick.
You could have a stick.
Can I at least have a kitchen knife that I acquired
Yeah.
somewhere? Okay.
Totally.
She's gonna like start. She cuts the bread up in thirds and goes, bread.
This is a monumentous occasion, my friends. For today, we eat like kings.
I would imagine.
Like Mikla, like she just watches them and she just starts like.
Yeah, the one that's actually part animal probably wolfs it right down, right?
I feel like Cinna and Thonda are really like cut from the same cloth. Like,
Yeah.
before somebody can come and beat me up and take my food away from me, it's all going.
Mikla's just like, I will stab
What
you
is
with my
happening?
kitchen knife if you try and steal my food.
So, Mikla,
Yes,
where are you from?
far, far away.
Like the next town over, which I know
It's
is
a town
named-
called Shreveport. No, I'm kidding. Um, Really? Oh, Shreveport. I am from insert DM answer of where wood elves would live.
Respond with insert a variable to be defined later. X3.
Yes, done. Cool. See? Something woods, something noble, something
It
elf.
probably ends with Ia.
There you go.
I've heard that place is haunted. Is that true?
Yes, my mother is a witch.
Really?
No,
That
I
explains a
just said the
lot.
clean word that my father used to call her.
Oh my god.
Do you know what she's saying?
No, but I want to know some fun words. You teach us, please.
My father was a rogue. He had a roguish charm about him. He would call her a bitch to her face, but then I appeared after that.
That's so naughty.
Right?
Well, she is.
So
That's
Is
awesome.
there a term for cats that's the same as bitch?
They're called queens.
Is it? Yeah?
Yeah, female cats are queens, female dogs are bitches.
Today I learned.
Ha.
But it doesn't have the same kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, have you had a cat though? And have you had a female dog that's been in heat?
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it's accurate. Yes, I'm from far away. I got sick of my mother and her people because I was different, so I left.
You ran away from home.
Sure did.
Now this is your home.
For now, yes. I think I chose poorly.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you could have picked better places. I mean,
There
it's
was a
not-
nice tree that I found, and I thought I did good picking, but negative.
You got a tree?
Yes, I sleep in the tree on the
I
outside.
got a box. Can I bring my box to your tree?
Sure.
So
Can I come?
begin running
Yes.
and while you're running the streets, I am now going to ask Cinna, what is something that you do that as a player you think might impress the other characters?
Oh man, I do the raddest handstands. I can walk while I do a handstand.
Ooh.
I can like hit people with my feet while I do a handstand. It's kind of gross. It's kind of cool. And I definitely do it immediately. Like, look what I can do.
That's cool. That is cool.
So, what would Thonda be doing during these late night renegade surveys of the town that might impress the other characters?
I think Thonda at the moment thinks that she has two skills. One that she can disappear into the night and like hide really great. The other, she thinks she can sing.
And you do this often?
Tonight is the night. Yes.
All right, and Mikla. Is Mikla concerned at all about impressing the others, or is she too cool for school?
She will on the slick flaunt and show her how she's useful because she was felt as not useful. So on her interior, she's very insecure. Think Raven.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So it's very important, but she might not necessarily do the things she need to do to get it.
She'll be like, so I got this while I was on the streets. And we can probably sell this too. And this guy had this weird card on him with numbers on it, but I'm pretty sure we can use that too.
I'm pretty sure that's magic. Don't get caught with that.
Oh, okay. Well, we can sell these.
Neat. You just find shiny things?
Well, when you say find, do you mean find on the ground or procure it from people's pockets when they walk by?
Yeah.
Yes, I find them.
Wow. I feel like knowing you is going to be very useful.
So I'm going to now need from Lex. We're actually going to go a little bit less improv, but more. Tell us a little bit about Cinna, class. Like what kind of character is she?
So Cinna is definitely going to be kind of like a street hardened bare knuckle fighter.
She's being
so-
very nice about the fact that I asked her to reskin Monk.
Yes. So
It'll work like a monk, but we're going to take out all the stuff that brings the culture with it, because we were talking and it didn't feel like we were doing the culture justice by just dragging the one bit into the game.
Right.
So she's just a super cool.
She's our brawler.
She's our street fighter.
Exactly so.
So my thought is, Cinna, she's got some common sense, but she's not the smartest out there. But she's got a good heart. She's a little neurotic and kooky from her time on the street, though. And she hates when she has to grovel because she is stained. And so she definitely is kind of happy to have kind of a group of people, because she hasn't really had that before. So she's probably going to like cling to these other two people.
Thonda, same question.
Thonda is a street cat, alley cat. I missed what it was. Am I rickrolling people?
He was waiting for you.
You had a chance to sing, yeah.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry, I did. It might come. I did say I continue to think that I can sing. Yeah. So Thonda's a Leonin, and comes from just as a mom that she knows of. Her mom has like odd jobs, but like often works like 5-6 odd jobs a day. So she doesn't really ever like see her. So she just sort of spends all day out on the street, getting into trouble, like finding stuff, napping in boxes, and she's she thinks she's tough, but she's also scared of her own shadow. She's very small. She's very very petite. So she likes to get into very tight spaces and just kind of watch what's going on. She likes to sort of get the lay of the land, but she's not always brave enough to like get in there and like steal stuff. So she feels a little braver having a group with her. She'll be a ranger, but more of a. I guess we're reskinning ranger too. Everybody's getting a reskin.
It's our game. We do whatever the hell we want. And same question for Mikla, please.
Mikla is a half human, half wood elf. That is essentially the love child of what happens when Strider did not stick around. But her mother's some fancy wood elf, and so she received the training, but they still thought she was weird because she has no pointed ears. But she has the other features of all her kin and her cousins and her half brothers. So she's like the only girl. So she is shockingly a rogue. So she's learned some bad habits from her father when he did stick around every now and then to just show up and dip in and out like a dad that didn't want to pay child support. And so then she got sick of her mother's people and just left.
Yeah,
so it's kind of weird to be in a group again, because the last time she was in the group, even though she got training, she was treated like the freak of the group. So it's kind of
now we're all freaks.
Yes, that.
So the second thing I'd like to do is for you all to tell me what the second thing this group decides to boost. It can be a boosting or it can be a shenanigan. It's what is the next thing this group of 12-year-olds, what kind of trouble do you get up to next?
I really think that we should start building our like treehouse fort. Like something.
Cinna has to live outside the town. The Stained aren't allowed to live inside any town. So there's basically an encampment. And it's absolutely possible that there will be a place to build a tree there.
Wherever Mikla's
Yeah,
tree
mine's
is.
not in the my tree. She picked one outside of the main city. Like,
so I think. Why am I saying I think? I can decide. I'm God on the moon. All right, fine. So your trees, I think.
We don't have gods on the moon, sir.
Oh shit! Then I'm a mad chaos demon. The two trees were actually already across, like they're facing each other. So when you both go there and show off your trees, you're within easy walking distance of each other's tree.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, so this is what we're gonna make our like. It's like our Greenwood. It's our version of the Greenwood because we're totally like Robin Hood. We steal from the rich to feed our faces.
Yeah.
So
Get sweet bread.
Get that bread, fam.
So it's food based.
Yes.
Yes, it's all food based felony. It's really
motivated.
Food based felonies. I like it.
So I think that we should be doing like some like what would our trees need? Like what would we need to like sort of secure? We would need like blankets.
Every time May puts her head down, she looks like Pyramid Head.
I'm gonna try and do it fast enough so I can see it in the delay because I want to see. Yeah, you're right.
Love it.
It is.
All right, so
I think that we need like blankets and rope so that we can be like making our little fort house.
Oh, my mother had a zip line system for when she wanted to slum it, as she put it.
I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know what this means.
But
okay,
it sounds like something I want to do.
You have 2 points in a high tree.
All right, we're building a zip line so we can slum it.
So you can just.
I want to slum it.
I think you guys already are. Okay, so you just slide back and forth. So like you have one way of transportation, and then like you can set up another one and then go back to the other tree.
So of Cinna and Thonda, who is the most reckless?
So it sounds like
Cinna.
Probably me.
Yeah, I think
because it sounds like Thonda is a little bit of a
scaredy cat. You wanted to say scaredy cat, didn't you?
Wow, so
a touch cringer.
Shows you how to set it up. And Cinna, give me an athletics test.
Oh, yay.
she convinces you this is
Yes!
a thing, and you actually do the zip line. You go from one tree to the other. Zoop.
And the whole time she's like, "Woo! Look at me!"
Does it?
Huh?
Will Thonda try it once Cinna shows that it's okay?
Yes, totally.
Athletics test? I mean, the rule of comedy says you should fall and break your leg, but let's see what the dice says.
I don't know. This is a good stat for me. 19.
You go across, great. All right.
I
so-
love this slumming it.
Slumming it is great.
Slumming it is so fun.
And you can set up one the other way,
Mhm.
just cross so you can go back and. by
Yeah,
just-
the other. Yeah, so there. Yeah.
All right. So you begin doing minor thefts to make your little tree houses look good, and to of course get halfway decent food.
And I've totally moved my box into like one of the trees.
All right. So next, session 0 development question, Cinna.
Yep.
What is the memory that Cinna has of the time she was the most afraid so far?
It was definitely at one of the festivals in town, probably around the arena where a lot of the more, marked people were having a celebration. And Cinna, when she was running through the crowds between people, accidentally spilled her juice like all over this one particularly huge and terrifying, I wouldn't say is gladiator the appropriate term, fighter.
I mean, there are gladiators. They're literally.
Okay.
They're
And
yeah.
she was fairly certain that her little tiny life was going to be just snapped out. But thankfully, she was able to kind of make such a scene and such a ruckus with her intense groveling that people actually kind of found it funny, and she was able to sneak away through the crowd. But it was one of those things where she still gets very edgy, I think, in big crowds of people, and especially around the big, like, muscly fighter types.
This whole village, they've got a place where people bring stables of gladiators, then have them trained. So there are, and they'll sometimes come for just a couple of weeks. Some will come for a season or more. They fight their stable, and it's not slavery; it's a form of indenture. Some of the people that are not marked go there. It's also a way for somebody that's stained. It's one of the few ways to get rid of that. Like, you could basically earn your way free, and there's a thing they can give you to get rid of the stain. But it's very rarely done. But it's, again, this was done in real gladiatorial, like the promise, right? It's always the promise. But yeah, so as a result, there are more slabbed up dudes in a college town.
I hate it. I try to avoid that part of town at all costs. It gives me anxieties.
There's a lot of powerlifting and CrossFit going on.
Oh, I hate it. No. I'm
Okay,
going to say Cinna's quite gangly and
so all the
Right.
like people looking like Dark
oh, no.
Okay. Mikla, what is the thing that you were most afraid of? The memory from your past so far?
When she decided to try and sneak off and go fencing with the other kids, because she's been training, but she wasn't allowed to play their fencing games. So she was like all like geared out, trying to hide her face. And then of course her grandfather, who probably looks like he's 12 too, totally realized it was her and demanded to spar this person, and he was like relentless, and she was pretty sure he was gonna kill her in front of everybody. It's totally fine.
So maybe not super happy about close combat.
No, that's why she has on her sheet other things outside of
No, gotcha.
the other thing.
And Thonda, what is your scary memory?
Ironically, the first night that I was ever outside by myself and there was a thunderstorm. Thunder scares the piss out of me.
And I assume that's still a thing, right?
Yeah, any loud noise, I'm very jumpy.
You better hope you don't run into what's his face.
Ah! Or that they start using fireworks in the arena. That would be-
Yeah.
Right. Woo! Yeah.
All right. So the next thing I need to know is, and I'm going to let you decide as players. Eventually, someone's going to get caught, and somebody's going to get thrown basically into not prison but a jail, probably just overnight because you're kids. Who is the most yearbook style? Who is most likely to be the first one arrested?
I feel like it's gonna be Senna. That's also Senna. I vote Senna.
I mean, I really feel like it too is Senna. Only because #reckless.
Right? We've already identified Senna as A, the reckless one, and 2, the one who really doesn't like that she has to grovel and is like most likely ergo to get herself in a pickle.
So maybe she backtalked when she shouldn't have.
Right.
Probably. Yeah. Like,
I would
oh, I'm
bet-
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I
Get
would
fucking
agree.
I'm sorry.
Wait, did you? I just realized what you were doing.
I'd like a brief conversation between Mikla and Fonda sitting together watching the building where Cinna is imprisoned. So this is a little bit of a come to Jesus. Do we want to just like go do something else kind of conversation?
Can I ask, like, what is this? Is this like Old West town, like there's bars on the back kind of thing, or is it just like a big?
It's a
Brick
you
stone
wouldn't be able
building.
to see her. It's like a solid, like kind of a sandstone building. I think there might be a window, but not in the room she's imprisoned in.
Right.
So you're kind of just blankly looking, knowing she's in there. There was a scene like this in Half Baked, man.
Well,
They're gonna let her out, right?
I mean, she and you pass more for kids than I could until I show my face. So I think they should let her out.
I just worry because she's got the,
I mean, from what I've learned from the society so far of my 2 years of being here, I think you'd be the one in more trouble than her.
oh, because of my.
Yeah.
We should get her a gift for when she gets out. Everybody should get a gift when they get out of jail.
Yeah, we should probably rethink this stealing thing because you guys are cool and everything, but we're gonna have to work on the sneakiness if this is what we're gonna do because we can't have repeats of this.
She's just gotta like cool her heels a bit. Be a little. She's not afraid enough,
I don't think I don't think it's about being afraid. I think it's about picking your battles. Flipping the bird to the marked ones is kind of one of those battles she shouldn't have chosen. I personally think the entire system is stupid, but then again, look where I come from, so I have no room to talk.
Not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of it either. What do you think she'd like?
We could steal her another sweetbread.
Oh, she'd like that. She's very food motivated.
So I think in the morning, very Blues Brothers style, you're let out by one of the guard.
So like Peter Gunn is playing. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we were sneaking.
And your two friends are waiting for you.
Come here. Psst. You're muted.
I'm muted. Darn it. I got to sleep on a bed.
Nikla, show her the thing. Show her we got you more armpit bread.
You shouldn't have, man. What a great day.
When you
Yeah.
did the second time, May, I assumed that Mikla had sewn a pocket for the sweetbread into the robe.
It's now a bread pocket. in
Now
the
it's
robe.
just a bread pocket. Like
It
Yeah.
always faintly smell like cinnamon because that's awesome.
Mm,
That's not terrible, though.
that's not
it is
terrible.
not terrible.
It's a good idea.
As she gets older, it will turn into her perfume of choice.
I
Right.
like
Which will
it.
be less of a socially awkward preteen.
And maybe like a hint of cinnamon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe who knows? Maybe she grows into her ears. We don't know yet.
All right. So, do the three of you continue to be thieves, or do you want to focus your energy elsewhere?
I
Okay, so
vote we aim a little higher. How about this? If we're gonna be grown-ups one day, I can't keep stealing money all the I mean I could, but maybe we should look into, I don't know, jobs.
so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we sort of lean into this laissez-passer thing we have going on.
What language is that?
That was French. That was a very old reference. Google it.
I was about to say, I was like, is that a
It's got
language?
a
we
very
speak?
unique dance. I learned a lot this week.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
because I used the term. 'Cause Lex was like, "What do you think about this look for my character?" And I was like, "It's very laissez-passer."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Let me give you links," because I just realized nobody knows what I'm talking about.
I know what
Um,
you're talking about. I was just being silly. I'm like, lols.
And that we like everything we do. So even if we like get jobs, we're like pulling resources, but like on the sly, like we can be underhandedly undermining the system.
Oh,
Like
I
we're
will
just
totally rob the rich people if that's what you're
like,
wondering. If
let's
that's what
go.
we're trying to
Yeah.
do. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like let's look like we're going legit,
Mm.
but not.
Here, by the way, I got you this. It's pretty.
Put
Here.
it on, it's pretty.
Oh,
Oh, super
There you
super artist.
If you had successfully handed that across, I would have freaked out.
Right?
All right.
plan that a little better next time.
Yeah, we'll plot better.
So, do you break away as someone suggested and do some regular jobs for a while, or do you kind of lean into let's just do what we're doing, but do it like better?
I say you develop that trust and do some jobs. And then
Yeah.
when they earn that trust,
You
that's
steal
when
from
you
them.
not sneak attack rogue them in the back.
So what I think I'm hearing is, let me just put this in a scenario. We earn the trust of, say, Fig, and we work in the bakery, and we get really good at baking.
And then we start
And
our
we-
own business and put him out of business.
Yes,
Yes.
and then we sneak poop into his sweet rolls and
Yes.
take him out of business, and
Yes.
we become the Sturga Queens.
Yes. You
I-
understand where I'm going with this.
I think Lex just named your series.
Sturga Queen.
There's your queen.
Sturga Queens.
So, who is going to approach? Who is in the best position to charm the crusty old bastard?
Mikla. I vote
Probably
Mikla.
not Cinna.
Yeah.
Not Senna. This time I'm not voting Senna. I'm voting Mikla.
So,
All right.
is Mikla able to get in a place where she can, instead of criticizing the crusty old bastard, make him feel like he should share his knowledge with you?
Yes. Because elves are high and mighty and they know how to switch on a dime and make people think you care about them. Let's do this.
So you're theorizing that high elves invented code switching?
Yes.
I kind of love it, honestly.
Yes.
It was going to
I
come
mean-
from, it's not the fucking Numenorians.
I mean, I'm just saying. Just think about it.
And I do love the idea that if you took Aragorn and made it a human instead of a Numenorian, you get this.
This. This. This is what you get.
That's
I like
right.
it.
Yeah. Now I kind of wish I was Numenorian. Okay, cool. But I'm not. I'm a Nord. So
Who the Nords? Okay.
Nords. Give me a persuade, please.
Okay. Hold on. She pulls her because she really does have this that she may have gotten from her mother. That was the only nice thing her mother gave her. Okay.
You just drop it and die right now.
Okay, hold on. You said a what? A persuasion?
Hey, but I'm doing the numbers. I'm just.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, I just roll a d20.
Yep.
That was an 8.
So, are you willing to do the ramen girl thing where you show up every day until he says yes?
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep doing it. I will
Roll,
be less creepy and more inviting with my fancy, expensive jeweled headpiece.
roll a d12 for me. Low is bad, high is good. This is straight fate.
11.
So after this fails the third time, and again we'll flash the third attempt. As you're walking away to go meet up with your friends who are watching from a distance, because they're always watching from a distance, his wife comes out from around the side of the building and gestures over.
Okay. So she like turns around and trots back over. She's probably almost the same height as the wife.
And she is a big Thanksgiving feast of a woman. And she
I like that. And I'm
smiles.
feeling it.
She smiles at you a little bit, and she's actually brought you a bit of muffin in her apron.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I noticed that you're here every morning. Do you need a job, girl?
I'm trying to get work. Yes.
He doesn't really like women.
Are you sure? Because oh, okay, yeah. All right, I get it. Okay.
But he does the work that he thinks impresses people, like the bit at the end where you use the cinnamon sauce and you finish. Most of the baking I do.
Okay.
Can-
So he's trying to be the face of your hard work. Got it.
Oh dear. I'm going to have to ask you to get used to that feeling, because you're going to feel that a lot as you get older.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Here's more muffin.
Thank you.
I didn't mean to make you sad.
No, it's fine. I'm used to disappointment already.
Well, if you can get up early, we need to start the bread before he gets up from his drunk from the night before.
Okay. I don't
And-
sleep a lot. I don't need a lot of sleep.
Are you an elf? Well, I mean,
Not fully. No.
because the only people I know that talk about not needing sleep, I've got a wood elf friend, and they don't really sleep. They kind of,
Meditate.
it looks like they get stoned. They just go away.
Yeah.
So you're maybe little elf?
Half.
Father, huh?
Who's the elf?
No, I'm assuming human father.
Oh yeah, totally deadbeat.
Let me get you some milk. And she puts her arm around you and leads you into the bakery. And Fonda and Cinna see this happen. Like, she's apparently not mean and nasty in the right context, and escorts Mikla into the bakery.
What did she say? Mikla's got so many good words. I don't know what she said, but that's amazing.
She got milk.
Can I talk to
And muffin.
yeah, I've only been here for like a couple of years, and my communication skills is getting better. I'm less direct.
My oldest,
What?
my oldest Aruk, he called everything bucket until he was 6.
No, I'd buy that. That seems on brand.
So don't worry about the communication. It's can't be worse than my son's.
Oh. And you said you had a wood elf friend.
I do, Hunter. He calls himself Hunter. He's a
He-
hunter.
And he
He's-
lived here?
No, he comes through sometimes
Ooh.
when he's hunting.
Does he wear good clothing or clothing?
He's unmarked. I think he prefers people not notice him except as a hunter. So he comes in, sometimes he sleeps with me, and then he leaves.
Oh, friend. Slumming it.
Slumming it. Yeah. Right down that zip line.
Look, I'm just like she's just like, what?
Oh,
Okay.
oh, honey. No, I know. I mean, we're married, but some of the wood elves prefer large loaves. You probably won't, but it'll sink in the next couple of years.
Okay.
Here, let
Large
me show you how
loaves.
to make the dough.
Okay, cool. She's like, large loaves. Got it. So
So
I
the next
guess
day, we're gonna crossfade a montage to you saying, and then she said large loaves, and you're relating some of this to the girls.
Oh yeah.
and then she says she has a wood elf friend that sleeps with her because they like larger loaves.
I mean, I like bread
What?
too. Yeah,
I mean, I do. I bigger buns, squishier buns,
I like them big buns.
I
Yeah.
like a good loaf.
right? That's fair. I mean, okay. I didn't realize elves were so bread motivated.
Maybe
I-
not. Do you have like a love? I mean, we did our first crimes for bread. Maybe it's just like an elf thing.
I guess. I don't know. She
Huh.
said I'd get it in a few years.
Why does it take so long to get things?
Maybe it's like growing up. You just get really into big.
Oh, you mean like the
Yeah.
morning I wake up and I'm an adult? I'll know all the things.
Yeah,
Apparently, we're gonna understand a lot of things. Oh, and she told me that we have to get used to other people taking credit for our hard work. Because apparently that's what her husband does. He actually doesn't make the
Oh.
bread, she does.
Wait, then how come his name is on the shop?
All he does is sprinkle the brown stuff on it.
And thinking back, you remember only seeing him do that little swirl thing.
Right,
and
the
then
like twist.
break them out. Yeah.
Huh.
his name's on the shop.
Yes.
His name's on the shop. Huh.
So, Mikla, roll a d20 to gain the trust of Ova.
$17.
Okay, so much like a teen comedy, will you now try to get jobs for your friends?
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
okay not working there. It's okay.
So you Cinna will be inside and Thanda will be on the street.
We can wait. We can all work at the bakery. I was gonna.
I was gonna try and get us all jobs. Mikla's already decided we're all gonna work there. And
I just worried because my hair gets everywhere. I didn't think they'd want me.
she has this thing called a bonnet
Oh well,
that
good
she
luck.
puts on her hair.
Okay, we'll try that.
So I'm going to need in the case, well, both of you, considering who you are, I need a wisdom save for both of you. This is a can I behave long enough to keep a job roll.
Add in, I think they should get an advantage because she is like giving them the evil elf stare. If you screw this up for me, I might stab you in the back.
So-
Acting like a big girl.
The armchair psychologist will say, for somebody that age, the added pressure will not be an advantage.
I know, right?
I got a 14.
You hold a job, Cinna.
Muted.
I got a 9.
All right. So in a move that surprises absolutely no one,
Nobody.
you get your friends jobs because the boys, Arak and Medak, they don't like working or really doing much of anything. So she basically tells her husband to let the boys go out and play and go. Let them go down and watch the arena fights. They want to be gladiators. They're big boys. I've got this her worker now that will help us. So she hires the two of you.
Mhm.
Thanda does pretty well. Cinna does not. So
Wait,
Cinna,
you're saying the cat's good at making biscuits?
I'm making the biscuits.
she's making it with her toe beans. So Cinna, what are the three infractions that get you fired?
Okay, so the first one is like they thought they could trust me with just like doing the kneading of the bread. She got way too into it, and like any chance that there was air in that bread
You were like
was gone. She
beating
was
the
like,
crap out of it.
and it was just like flat. Instead of the fluffy rolls, they were like flatbreads because
You made unleavened bread out of leavened bread.
Yeah.
Mikla's gonna be in the background while May goes and take medicine.
Okay, you got it. What is the second infraction?
The second infraction is we aren't being supervised, and I get a hold of the pail of milk, and I'm like, watch this. And I decide that I'm going to like try to do a handstand and hold the milk. Like, yeah, I don't need both my hands. I can do one-handed and hold the milk. You watching?
I'm watching.
And then it goes
Everywhere.
everywhere.
That's terrible.
And the
Yeah.
last chance that you blow?
Mm,
Are you stealing
Probably.
products?
huh?
Are you stealing product?
Yeah, I'm probably like, I go off to go and grab more of the ingredients from like storage, and I'm back there just like doing the cinnamon challenge. And just
My bonnet.
contaminating everything by like coughing up my favorite brown dust. Yeah.
You are asked to leave. Ova is a little apologetic about it, and she gives you snacks to take with you because she's that kind of person. She's definitely a mom person. Thig is back to like, brandishing rollers and rolling pins, and I was trying to think of like pizza peeled. Oh, that's wrong. All right, so Thonda is working with Mikla, and you get to the point where, yeah, you now know how the place works. Mikla is pretty sure she can make the strega from components all the way through to finishing, because Thonda's involved in the selling of it. You get to watch Old Thig do the last moves and apply like the extra sticky, yummy goodness. So you haven't tried it, but you're pretty sure you can go front to back and make these things. What was the next step? You were going to somehow undermine them, you were going to run the store. How are you going to make that happen?
Step 2 is a little unfair.
Okay, step
Three,
2
drop it.
is now I've rethunked this, because now that I know that her husband's a deadbeat,
We're
I
going to do
want-
that thing where we're going to get her the shop and get
I want to
him
help
gone.
her get the shop now.
Yes. I like this plan too. She gave me a muffin, even though I fucked up.
So
That makes her good lawful in your book. Yeah.
So Mikla is gonna wait until Thage is out or
Yeah.
drunk or whatever, and she's gonna work along with Ova, and she's gonna be like, question, obviously my mother and father didn't marry, but if you're not happy, why are you still with this person who doesn't really do anything, and you're the one that does all the hard work in this delicious shop?
It's not so bad. He goes out every night and drinks, so I get the house to myself, and I don't have to worry about much of anything. He owns the bakery, and I bake some bread that makes people happy.
But why don't you own the bakery and be the face of your bakery? Why not call it Ova's Bakery?
I mean,
And then you can have your friend with you
my
whenever
friend,
you want.
my friend, he's in town as often as he likes to be.
Yeah, but then you don't have to worry about it. And he can just like come and hang out even more without your weird. I mean, your husband might being rude. Is he rude to your friend when he comes and visits?
He doesn't know.
Oh, so then look, you can have him come over whenever you want and not have to worry about it. You work really, really hard and you deserve the recognition because it's International Women's Month, and I said so.
We have kids
That's
together.
international.
We're raising.
So did my parents. I've turned out okay. At least you don't treat your kid like an outcast. They can still have a good mom. I wouldn't know what that's like, but you treat your kids pretty good despite,
So you think I should ask him to leave?
Yes. I'll help you.
I'm stronger than he is.
Oh, then you can totally take him. Hey, I can teach you a thing that my dad taught me.
Do you know magic or something?
No, let me see. You have a knife? Cool. Watch this. So I'm just gonna like do like a technically like a sneaky sneak fade into the shadows backstab.
You want me to shank my husband?
I don't know. You said you're stronger than him. My dad says that you gotta.
Well, I meant more. I could push him out.
Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah, just kick him out.
I'm a baker. I need dough all day. He
Does nothing.
he exercises like this. He drinks. His right
Yeah,
arm. must be fairly
I
strong.
say that you should take over this bakery, put your name on it, be known for all the hard work you've been doing this entire time, raise your children to be these gladiator people because you don't need him. I'll even stay here and work. Not like I'm going anywhere. I'm just a kid.
And give us money.
All right. So on the fateful evening, all three of you are working there. Sin has been given a second chance after a break away because Ova turns out to be a pretty soft touch. And you hear from the second story, because they have a house above the bakery. You hear shouting. And you hear someone has hit someone else. Do you intervene?
Oh, yeah, I'm going up there to see who hit who. Because he better not have hit her.
Am I also there, or is this
All
like
three-
early in the
all
Yeah,
morning?
all three of us. Like, I'm going to, like, elf my little butt out there, like.
You
I will
I run
follow
up,
because
but I
I've
do
been
the whole-
told by Mikla that I need to stay close or I'm gonna
Right.
get in trouble again.
You see the old drunk baker lying on his back, blinking slowly. He has an angry red welt across his left cheek. Ova is kind of rubbing her right hand with her left and has a big crooked smile across her face.
Oh, you're fine. So she turns around and goes back downstairs. I go right back downstairs.
In the days that follow, Ova will take over the bakery, which is now going to be called Ova's. She doesn't understand why that's funny, but there you go. And the three of you will work in the bakery with her. The two kids are going to do exactly what you suggested. They're going to go to the gladiator school and try to use their mass, their muscle, and their aggression for something that might benefit the family. We're actually going to stop early tonight. Our next session is going to be 13 years old, level 1. I would like the next session to be your first adventure together. So we're going to be
on it.
right, because you now have like a common background, you have a bond. You'll need to decide, and we'll talk about this online, what kind of thing would be attractive for like your first actual adventure. And
All
we
right.
will do that
I
here.
want to read this because it didn't get said in the Twitch chat because Bree only typed it to the cast chat. But it says,
go ahead.
with that bonnet, you look like Strawberry Shortcake and Lion-O's love child.
It's no lie.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
There aren't a lot of sex tapes I'd buy.
No.
You have very specific taste, sir.
Yes, very.
Yeah.
There's no kink shaming, but that is oddly specific.
Oddly
Very
specific.
specific.
All right. Things going on. I am currently at Sherwood Forest Fair running D&D all day, every day, 3 times a day, 48 times per season. Come see me. It's boatloads of fun. I'm having a great time. Met a bunch of new people. You can go to Mythic Sherwood on Facebook or Wandering Wizard Guru for all the deets. That's where you'll find the deets. Also, I'm going to be there this Friday, March 18th. During the day, it's the only during the weekday day of Sherwood this season. And I will be running a grinder, which is a game where the adventurers expect to be killed by a killer dungeon. You can just walk up and play. Nobody pays for it. You just, when somebody dies, if someone's waiting, they sit down, they get to play. It's a benefit for rescue, which is this great organization that helps out people in the Ren community that need certain kinds of assistance. So we will solicit for donations, but if you are not in a position to do that, don't let that stop you from coming. We're going to hang out, maybe order a Nice Little Magic pizza from Dante's next door, and have a hell of a good time.
And for part of the day, I'll be at the table and I'll be dressed as Naiven. So if you're there, you can come get pictures. Not Naiven Prime, the OG Naiven. I can't make myself 7.5 feet tall. Not yet.
Do
But
you,
that would be sweet.
May, do you have anything to pimp?
Pimp.
Dragon Con Burlesque. Woo! If you are a burlesque person or a sideshow and do the nerdy things and would like to attend Dragon Con, audition. I'm a professional. I know how to do this. Auditions, open auditions are going open still right now for Dragon Con Burlesque. They close on May 15th, and then I will announce Lake Cast. So hopefully, I also will see y'all at Dragon Con this year. Well, I'll be running amok.
I plan to be there, and honestly, May, you're one of the few people I will have a drink with.
I'm not going to be there, but my mom is? What parallel universe are we
Wait,
living in?
what?
My mom is going this year.
What?
Yeah.
Awesome. Lex,
I'll make her go see Burlesque.
anything we should shout out for you, Lex?
Not yet, but if you like all of the magic charms available at Mythic Sherwood, stay tuned because I've got goodies coming.
They're going over big, by the way. People love them.
Yay! Awesome.
Good. Well, I'm glad y'all liked the intro. I'm going to play it once more as our outro so we can see it again. And when that's done, Bree, go ahead and close the stream. So run that intro one more time, the intro vid, and then get rid of us.
Bye. Thanks for all the sticky buns.
Every day is a struggle in this savage world we love. With your package, your back, you make the attack. No time for fear, no time for love. Move fast, hit hard, and pray for a creed. Fight for your life, or there will be pink mist on the